everyone who ordered this door hanger has done my crafts before. So I didn't do a tutorial on the painting or the putting it together. So if you have specific questions on that, go ahead and reach out and I'm happy to do a tutorial on anything that you need or explain it in a better way. But I'm just gonna show you how to do the splatter technique if that's what you're wanting to do, like the picture, and then also the bow. So once you paint it and put everything together, you're going to take this mini brush and you're going to barely dip it into your white paint. I just get like the very ends white. First of all, I should have said you need to protect your surface since it's too cold to do outside. I just get disposable tablecloths from the Dollar Tree and I just lay that out and it works really well. So dip your paintbrush into the white paint and then I flick it a couple times over to the side just so I don't get any big splatters onto my sign. And then I stay fairly high above the sign at first. And then as I can tell that the paint is running out, I move closer for those itty bitty splatters. And then just be patient. Barely dip it into your white paint, stay high above. That's where you'll get your bigger splatters and then move closer. Sorry, my dog wants to go outside and she's super annoying about it. And then dip. Get most of that paint off. And that's it. It's super simple. You just want to be patient. You don't want to dip too much paint in. You can always, Macy, stop. You can always go back and like touch it up with other paint if you need to, but it doesn't need to look perfect. It's just to make that little, like almost like snowfall. I really love it. Once this is completely dry, once I'm finished with this, I will come back on and I will show you how I did. I mean, I shouldn't even call it a bow, but how I tied the ribbon. Okay, once your sign is completely dry, you don't have any wet paint, you are going to take your 4 pieces of ribbon and you are going to lay the black plaid on top of the white plaid. And then you're going to create an X with that ribbon, get your twine, and you're just gonna pick up all 4 pieces and then just kind of scrunch them down into a bow shape, kind of like that. And then you're just gonna wrap your twine around a couple times. You wanna go about in the middle of your twine because you're going to use this to tie to your door hanger. So you need to make sure that you have 2 strands left. So I'm just going to tightly wrap just a couple times around. Then I'm going to turn my hanger over and then trying to keep the twine wrapped tight so it doesn't unravel. Put one of the strands through that hole and then just tie it into a knot. I try to get it as tight as I can so that the bow doesn't wiggle around. And if you can't get it tight and you're like, I know how I want this placed, you can always like fold your ribbon up and then just put like a dot of glue once you have this placed how you want. Obviously you don't want it to look that way. And then with whatever is left over of your twine, you're just gonna tie it into a knot. And that is how you're going to hang it. I didn't do this tight because this is for somebody else and I don't know how long they want their twine, so I'm not gonna do it too tight. But anyways, that will be the hanger. So as far as the ribbon goes, I got wired ribbon, so it's a little bit easier to manipulate. So I just am going to make sure that they're going kind of in a little bit in opposite directions with each color so that you can see all of it. And just move them around until you're happy with the direction that they're going. And then I'm looking to see what I think of that. It might be too long. If it feels like it's too long, I think this one is. I'm gonna trim it a little bit. So you can go in, I don't have my scissors next to me, so I'm just gonna go and find some and trim them. But I just trimmed mine straight in the picture, but you can also trim them like your typical, like the angled bow look. Whatever you want to do. I would just trim a little bit at a time so that you don't accidentally nip too much off. But that's it. If you have any questions on anything else, any techniques or painting or anything, please reach out and I'm happy to help.